The tallymen. What would make an honest man pick the path of a brigand? Greed, desperation, or just plain bad luck? For the crew at Packaging Plant 1, located on the planet of landfall, those reasons played perfectly into each other. For was it not for greed, then Dolmendo, the owner of the plant and famed produce company, might not have invested so heavily into a new strain of pesticides. A product that did kill most, if not all, of the pests, but also killed most of the pollinating thugs on many worlds. In desperation, Dolmendo decided to crossbreed hardier pollinators. They did turn out hardier, but also slower and less energetic. So the yield never recovered, and with that, Dolmendo was withering on the vine. But all this was entirely unknown by the crew at Packaging Plant 1. They stored, packed and shipped fruits and greens, being fairly far out on the edge nowhere in the Free Worlds League. Life was not bad, but news traveled slow, and a failing company was not going to pay premium to send a communication to a simple distribution center. Instead, life just slowly lost momentum. By the time a representative from Dolmendo arrived to do inventory and pack up anything of value in the operation, life had gone from good to dire. Due to the quick collapse of Dolmendo, Packaging Plant 1 had seen shipments to and from the plant, first slow, and then once the outstanding bills piled up, dry up entirely. With no money coming in and operation costs compounding, the plant manager had resorted to selling the produce they had on the grey market. This fact quickly became apparent to Mortimer C. DeLay, representative of Dolmendo, as he listened to the workers and management. Their stories backed up by the books, and the chosen path was not illogical. Yet, theft was theft, and it had to be dealt with. As such, Mortimer was glad that he was backed up by a contingent of private security, a group with the charming name Trek's Terrific Killers, or TTK for short. A lance of light and medium mechs and a contingent of infantry. Overkill for the task at hand, but well enough to keep the workers in line. Faced with the reality of being arrested once the plant was dismantled, was enough to spur Frank Gibson, former manager of the plant, and Molly Williams, Chief Security Officer, to make a dire decision. It took over a month to dismantle the plant and store anything of value on the drop ship. During this time, both Frank and Molly spent time trying to endear themselves to the crew of the TTK. On the night of the wrap-up, a great going-away party was thrown. The off-worlders were plied with drinks and food, spiked with plenty of local flavor, mostly sedatives and muscle relaxers. Once most of the TTK was down, Molly took her security crew and purloined the mechs of the ill-fated security detail, while Frank and the small team impressed on the dropship crew that it was in their best interest to assist, unless they wanted to end up on the blast pad when the ship took off. As night gave way to morning, the dropship Armitage lifted off with the course set to hook up with a pirate jump ship. On board was most of the former crew of Packaging Plant 1. By the time they arrived at the jump point, they were no longer mere former employees. Instead, they were the crew known as the tallymen. For years to come, they would roam the borderlines of Marek space, striking fear into the heart of honest folk. Welcome one and all, my name is Tawess, and today I tried something a bit different. I thought you might be entertained by this little fancy of mine. Basically, this idea came about because people keep putting bananas next to everything. And as I was sitting there listening through random playlist, the Banana Boat song came on. And thus the idea that tallymen were born. So that was what we got today. Now, if you like this, please do hit the like button, because I would love to make more of these little made-up snippets of mercenary companies for you to take with you. It's free. If you want to use tallymen, here's a suggested color scheme, and you're free to do with them as you like. They're part of the Creative Commons, the public domain. My gift to you. If you don't want to use them, then that I fully understand that too. Now, I need to try something new every now and then, and I'm terribly sorry if it's cringy as heck. I am not a voice actor, nor am I a audiobook reader. Actually, I'm an audiobook reader, but not a person who reads audiobooks. I hope to develop that talent at some point, and this might be a way to do it, but I'm terribly sorry if it was terrible to listen to. You have my condolences. Anyway, I know most of you just skip from the first 10 minutes to first 10 seconds to the last to see the finished mech. I respect that. That is how I do it most painting videos too. So that's okay. Now, in an update, I have been very busy with everything else, life in general. And I know I say that every time, and it's true every time, but as some of you know, I do have a job, and I do take courses, university courses on the side, so every now and then I get a bit busy. Also right now we're busy with prepping for the it's not a convention as such, not in the way you know it. But it's like Gen Con, but way minusculely tiny. But we're preparing for that anyway now. So things have been really busy. But beyond that, I'm mostly waiting for my Kickstarter crate to arrive. Shipping issues seem to be sort of solved for most people, not for everyone. Also, some people seem to be completely not understanding that large boxes cost a lot of money to ship these days. Me, living in the ass end of nowhere, is pretty used to this. So, I got slightly cheaper shipping, but still it's about $50 to shipping. Plus taxes on that, could be worse. Hopefully we'll show up in June sometimes when it was planned to show up. Because I kind of want it now. Like, properly want it. Other than that, not much going on. We're wrapping up, as said, convention season. Schoolwork is wrapping up. I have a few weeks of vacation coming up. Hopefully be able to do some slightly larger builds. Perhaps some dioramas or terrain builds. I don't know. I also have a Lego Optimus Prime I can build. Just something different. But no, I'm not going to make any commitments at this point. Because every time I make commitments, things go... Yeah. So... Not much more to say, actually. Spring has finally come here. It's warm, it's sunny. It is not night half of the day. So that's nice. And, yeah, I don't know. If you like this Blood Oath video, I would be very glad if you just punch the button or leave a comment so I know what I could improve. Because your feedback is actually valuable to me. Until next time, though, stay safe, be kind, and do play fair. Bye.